Welcome to Levant TV headlines. Russia is pressing ahead with its military buildup in Syria, US officials said, as Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova stressed that Moscow has never concealed its long-term military technical cooperation with Syria. Warplanes from a Saudi-led military alliance have bombed targets throughout Yemen's capital Sana'a in what witnesses described as the fiercest series of attacks on the city in over 5 months of war. The United Nations is expected to allow the Palestinians to raise their flag at its headquarters in New York in a symbolic move highlighting Palestinian aspirations for statehood. Lebanon's cabinet has approved a plan to end a trash crisis that sparked unprecedented protests targeting the country's stagnant political class. And the EU has unveiled plans to take 160,000 refugees from overstretched border states, as the United States said it would accept more Syrians to ease the pressure from the worst migration crisis since World War II. Now let's take a look at the top headlines in today's newspapers in the Middle East. Starting from Cairo, the Egypt Independent leads reporting that Israel has opened its new Cairo embassy inside its ambassador's residence, saying that hold-ups in finding separate premises had encumbered an already challenging relationship with Egypt. The paper also reports that two parties within the Muslim Brotherhoods have continued to exchange accusations following Deputy Supreme Guide Ibrahim Monier's statement about welcoming negotiations with Egypt's current regime. From Lebanon, the Daily Star leads, reporting that 2 people have died due to the sandstorm that is still engulfing Lebanon for the 4th day, raising the overall death toll to 7. The paper also reports that Sidon Mayor Mohammed Saudi has revealed that the southern city was ready to accept additional tons of waste from other areas if a new sanitary landfill was established. From the UAE, the Khalij Times leads, reporting that Russian forces have begun participating in military operations in Syria in support of government troops. The paper also reports that the Department of Economic Development of Dubai has seized counterfeit products worth a record 195 million dirhams, including over 3.5 million duplicates of well-known smartphone and eyewear brands. Now let's take a look at the top Middle East headlines from the UK papers. The Telegraph leads its Middle East news, reporting that violent mobs have attacked Kurdish and other targets in towns across Turkey as the fighting between the government and PKK guerrillas worsens, prompting fears of renewed civil war. Headquarter offices of the main pro-Kurdish party and the People's Democratic Party were set on fire in the capital Ankara, the southern city of Alanya, and more than 100 towns across the country. The Independent leads its Middle East news, reporting that Doctors Without Borders have opened a reconstructive surgery in Jordan to treat the great number of war victims in the Middle East. The aid group, who has gathered surgeons, counselors and physiotherapists specializing in treating victims of war, will offer free treatment to the many civilians who have been wounded in civil or international conflicts across the Middle East. The Guardian leads its Middle East news, reporting that Iran's supreme leader has said that Tehran will not expand talks with the United States beyond the international negotiations over its nuclear program, and predicted that Israel would not exist in 25 years. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's statements underscored his lingering distrust of the United States and hostility toward Israel as the US Congress prepares to vote on the landmark nuclear agreement reached with Tehran in July. Now let's take a look at the top Middle East headlines in the international papers. From Germany, the Deutsche Welle reports that the Islamic State group has claimed to be holding a Norwegian man and a Chinese consultant hostage in Syria, posting pictures of the 2 men wearing yellow prison outfits in the latest issue of the Sunni Muslim jihadists' English language magazine, Der Blick. And finally, the International New York Times reports that the Russian Foreign Ministry has confirmed that Russian military advisors were in Syria, but it said that their presence was part of a long-standing agreement to provide military aid to the country. And for more updates, please visit levant.tv. Thanks for watching. Be sure to join us again tomorrow. Bye for now.